Touchdown Alabama magazine and Fortune County analyst Stephen M. Smith, reporting live from the Mel Moore Athletic Facility. Although the Crimson Tide defense did not force their third consecutive shutout, they did, however, hold Florida Atlantic to just 110 yards of total offense and the 40-7 win over the Owls yesterday in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Coach Nick Saban is right now at the podium getting ready for his press conference. Touchdown Alabama's own reporter Thomas Watts is live on the scene. Let's cut to the action.
Really much more pleased with the way our team approached this game, the way they actually played in the game, in terms of the kind of intensity that we played with, the sort of sense of urgency, the discipline that we had. I mean, we were focused and we really kind of practiced well all week, and we kind of challenged the players to not be normal. And I thought 2 weeks ago we played pretty average. Today we didn't finish and drive. We turned the ball over a couple times. We didn't really get any turnovers on defense, but all in all, I thought we blocked pretty well up front. We made some plays in the passing game. There's some things we need to get cleaned up. They blitz, we got to throw the ball hot. We don't throw it hot, we get sacked twice. Things like that we need to get better. When we play against better teams, I think the consequences will be greater. I thought their guys really played hard and competed well in the game, played with a lot of toughness, and I was much more pleased with the way we competed in the game today. Just the way we approached the game, the way we competed in the game, and we got to play a lot of players today. I think those things are going to benefit us down the road. And I actually, even though they drove the ball, we actually probably played a little bit better, this week than last week. Even though they didn't score last week, they could have scored, they didn't. But all in all, I was really pleased with our approach. This game is about getting ready for the conference, and we've got a lot of good conference games coming up. So we need to still focus on improving and doing things that we need to do to make our team better, get more players in a position to play winning football, to contribute to that. But all in all, I thought the approach was good today.
First, could you tell us anything about Brandon Ivory's condition, if you know, and also what you
got a sprained ankle.
Okay. And also what you thought of Blake Sims' opportunity in the fourth quarter?
What I thought it was.
How he played in the fourth quarter?
Blake did a good job. We're just running a limited number of plays when he's in there. We really want to play both of those guys more like we did at Arkansas. But Blake seemed to be moving a little bit better, so we were pleased that again they put a scoring drive together, and I think that's good.
You talk about Eddie Lacy. He seemed to run with authority today. Was that ankle sprain in August a little more serious than we thought? Was he a little?
No, he ran good last week. I thought he really ran well last week, and Eddie's had a toe operated on. Had a hamstring in camp, missing time in camp, got an ankle sprain, so he's really had to fight through a lot. I think that he didn't really get sort of back in shape because of some of the time that he missed, and I think now he's starting to get there.
Coach, what do you think your strengths are in red zone efficiency, and how would you like to improve that?
Well, we certainly stalled out today. How many times we kicked field goals today? 4? Was it 4? 4? In those kind of situations, we're happy to get the points, and we're pleased that the field goal kickers are delivering for us, but at the same time, we'd like to finish some of those drives with a little better execution. I think up until today, we had good red zone execution, but, today, when we got the ball inside of 35, we didn't always take advantage of that. I think that's something we need to continue to work on.
Can you develop that idea again about the 3 younger running backs behind Eddie getting quality touches on a consistent basis over 3 or 4 games in a row here? Now that might help in conference play.
Well, I don't think there's any question about the fact, especially since we lost Justin Fowler, none of those guys have a significant amount of experience or any experience at all other than what they've gotten this year. So that for all those guys to have an opportunity to play, when the game is still on the line and have to go out there and execute, do things right and compete. But I thought they all ran, with authority today and ran hard, and I think that's going to be important. I think the offensive line did a really good job today, getting the hat on the hat, getting some movement up front. So, I think we had a pretty good balance overall offensively.
There was a lot of intensity on the sidelines there in that last drive. Do you think the shutout streak kind of meant something to the players, and were they really into that back at the end there?
We never talk about it, so, as coaches, we're just trying to get the guys to play as well as they can play and do what they're supposed to do, and, I know that probably to the players, it probably meant something, probably means a lot, but I also think, there's pretty good team chemistry here, and I know a lot of those players are out there rooting for the guys that were out there playing so that they could do well. We made it a special point, this week after the Arkansas game, we had a bunch of mental errors when those guys played, and about what it takes to prepare for a game, to motivate yourself for a game, and be ready to play in a game for some of the younger players. We actually showed film clips. So I think we also met with the leadership group and some of the older players on the team to say, look, you guys know how to do this, but we obviously have some guys that don't. So what are you doing to affect that? Because these guys are going to have to play and contribute to our team. So I think that probably contributed to it a little bit as well. And, I was pleased with the way, our older guys were out there cheering for the young guys when they were out there playing.
Coach, you talked about AJ finding some more things in the passing game. Was he better at that today? Was it still something that needs to be improved on?
I think it's something that needs to be improved on. I mean, we got sacked twice on hots. I already mentioned that. We had to throw the ball hot, couldn't block the blitz. One time the receiver got to break it. The other time the quarterback had to throw it. I think we had a lot of near misses today. Where we had chances to make big plays and didn't finish the plays. And there were 3 or 4 occasions where, we could have made a catch for a big play and didn't finish. So I still think that we need to do a better job consistently in the passing game. I think it's, there's lots of yards up here and we make big plays and all that kind of stuff. So we were 16 for 26 for 247 yards, and I guess you look at that and say, well, that's all good. But I certainly think we can do better, and I think it's not necessarily the quarterback that I'm talking about. It's the people